I love his new preschool. Nice and close. Which makes a big change after the sort of half an hour jaunt that it took to get to the last one. You're not wearing socks, Jasper.
I don't need socks and shoes.
No, you do need socks, Monkey. Come on, there you go. Say bye-bye, Jasper.
Bye-bye.
And literally 5 minutes later, that's that. Oh, I don't know what to do with all the extra time. I spent most of yesterday trying to cut down the amount of coffee that I'm drinking. I got it down to about 2 cups. That's the good news. The bad news is I barely did anything all day long. I just slept. Not quite sure what the solution is to this problem. I need to go for a run. Should do that in a minute. Yeah. Exercise may help. I'm hoping. So on the docket for today is, I think we're going to talk about Tesla and their charging for supercharging. Because I am hearing reports that due to certain legal issues, Tesla are unlikely to be charging by kilowatt hour. Because I think they should charge by kilowatt hour. And if that requires getting laws changed, then I think they need to get those laws changed. Now I'm supposed to be going for a run, but I'm also supposed to be shooting a vlog post. Talking and running is not that easy. So instead, I'm going to do some skateboarding. I'll probably also go for a run when I get back. And do some exercise. I haven't done some exercise for a few days and it's making me feel a bit not good. And it's such gorgeous weather, I just had to get outside. Okay, now we're motoring, sort of. Oh yes, this is much better. You need just the right angle of slope. And then you can just sort of go along. Yeah, this is good, I like this. So why do I think that having some sort of oh dear goodness, it's got all bumpy on me. It's all going so well as well. Problem is if you ride over sort of bumpy surfaces for too long, your legs go numb. I'm sure it'll be smooth again in a minute. Teslarati, the sort of Tesla watching website, have come up with the idea that perhaps these credits are going to relate to a charge session. So 1 credit equals 1 charge session. There's a few problems with this. One of the problems is that people are going to want to try and maximize what they get for their credit, and so therefore they're going to try and charge when the battery is really, really empty and then charge it up to really, really full, which is another way of saying they'll be stuck at the chargers for a long time. It will be inconvenient. It will also wear the batteries out a little bit quicker, none of which is good. And then we've got the next issue. Let's see if it's smooth enough here, which it isn't. God, it really isn't. I wonder if a longboard suffers from quite the same level of bumpiness. Well, this isn't too bad actually. Good. The second reason is that if they don't charge by kilowatt hour, average Joe user is never going to really know what they're getting. It's going to be difficult for them to compare. Are you getting a better deal from one charge company or the next? It puts people off. You know, you don't buy your fuel based on because you turned up and you're plugged in. You know, you put the socket in. I'm going to be quick now. You don't buy fuel based on the amount of time you're at the petrol pump. And if you did, petrol pump manufacturers would make really, really slow pumps. Probably mislabeled as well. Going a bit quick again. You know what, I don't want to go down this hill because then I'll have to come back up it. And we've got to the bit that's too bumpy for skateboarding. I can still just about talk, which is not something that would be the case if I'd gone for a run. Electric cars already suffer from a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to petrol and diesel, because unlike petrol and diesel where it's kind of pretty simple, you know, a litre of fuel goes in, you can travel a certain distance on that litre of fuel. What else is there to think about? Whereas with electric cars, half the time People don't even know what a kilowatt hour is. It's overcoming that sort of knowledge barrier. And then you look at charging. You know, I look at the videos that I've done on how to charge electric cars and different types of charging. Lots of people watch those videos. I can only assume that's because lots of people are still confused as to exactly how much power is going in at any given time. Quite some headwind here. Wow, this is going to be a real test for those micro muffs. Now this hill looks a little bit like a cliff to me. So I think the key here is don't pick up an alarming amount of speed. Because once you do, that's it, you're in serious trouble. And that's the bottom of the slope. So I did make it. You see, I think a large part of the problem that electric cars have always had is a problem of perception. I really don't think selling charging sessions by some unit other than a unit of electricity, also known as a kilowatt hour, I don't see how that's sensible. Surely it just makes the perception of the whole thing being too difficult and too much of a departure from the norm. Isn't that the problem? It just sort of compounds that. Okay, that's annoying. My whole little skateboarding session, none of it was recorded from a calorie point of view. So I'm going to quickly zap this for 5 minutes, and then hopefully the calories that I burn on my run will at least be recorded. Okay, the good news is I am now charged enough. Relatively quick run, I think, because I have to pick Jasper up. And I do try not to be late for him. Time to head home. And this is why you can't run and vlog at the same time. That was hard work. But good. Such lovely weather. Gotta make the most of it. Now, it's time for me to put my Fitbit back on charge, go have a shower and pick up Jasper. Which just leaves me to say, I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye.